Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into creative depth psychology. It's a really fascinating model from Dr. Brian Lippincott that gives us this incredible map of the human psyche, taking us from our deepest, most primal instincts all the way out to our connection with the entire planet. Okay, so let's jump right in with a fundamental question, a choice that really defines a clinical path. When a client comes to you with a symptom, what do you see? Do you see it the Freudian way, as basically a problem to be fixed, something broken? Or do you see it from a more Jungian view, as the psyche itself calling out, trying to move toward becoming more whole? Well, this model is built firmly on that second path.
And really, this whole approach is about one thing: exploration. Dr. Lippincott's story about wanting to map outer space but then turning to map our inner space, that's not just a cool personal anecdote. It's the core metaphor for everything we're about to talk about. The goal here is to chart the vast internal cosmos that exists inside every single one of us.
This brings us to a crucial concept. It's teleological foundation. Now, what does that mean? It means instead of always looking backward and asking, what past trauma caused this? This model flips the script. It's constantly asking, where is this heading? What is the end goal, the purpose of this symptom or this dream? It's trying to figure out what state of wholeness the psyche is trying to achieve through the experience. All right, so let's get into the map itself. We're going to start at the very foundation, with the journey into the unconscious. So the model lays out 7 distinct layers of who we are, kind of like geological strata in the Earth. We're going to explore them from the bottom up, starting with the deepest, most universal parts of us, and working our way out to the most conscious and connected. At the absolute core, we find the collective unconscious. This, of course, is Jung's great contribution. It's the shared psychic inheritance of all humanity. Think of it as the realm of universal archetypes, those ancient images and deep instincts that connect every single one of us, no matter our culture or the time we live in. Okay, so building right on top of that is the cultural unconscious. This is the layer where all those universal archetypes, well, they take on a specific local flavor. They get expressed through the unique lens of a particular culture's myths, its rituals, and its religions. And then, to round out the unconscious realm, we get to the personal unconscious. Now this layer, this one is uniquely ours. It's the storage unit for our own individual life story. Our repressed memories, personal traumas, and all the psychological complexes, like the shadow, that make us who we are. Now, right here, the model makes a really critical pivot. A common critique of early depth psychology was that it was all so intensely focused inward. This framework directly addresses that. It insists that to be truly whole, our inner vision absolutely must turn outward and engage with the real world. And this is what brings us across that threshold into consciousness. It's where our deep inner world starts to form a real, tangible identity by interacting with everything and everyone around us. This fourth layer, self in relation, is where the conscious I is really born. Our identity doesn't just pop up in a vacuum, right? It's forged in every single interaction we have. This is exactly why relational theories are so key here. Our very sense of self is defined by our connections. And that brand new identity is then massively shaped by the next layer, family. And we're not just talking about our immediate family. This is the whole multi-generational system of patterns, attachment styles, and dynamics that we consciously have to navigate. This leads us to one of the most powerful ideas in this whole model: taking healing beyond the couch. The idea here is that real psychological work isn't just something that happens in a therapy room. No, it's an active, ongoing process with the world itself. So this means therapy has to move off the couch. It has to get out there and engage with the very systems that shape us. We're talking about things like school-based programs, in-home counseling, community initiatives, and even tapping into the incredible healing power of nature through things like ecotherapy. Next up is layer 6, cultural consciousness. This is all about our conscious engagement with the bigger cultural forces swirling around us. It's about understanding how things like social justice, oppression, art, and all the big stories of our time actually shape our day-to-day experience. And the final outermost layer is collective consciousness. This is where our awareness expands to the scale of the entire planet. It's about our connection to global issues, our role in making peace, and our shared responsibility for the health of our world. Okay, so when you stack all 7 of these layers together, what does that actually mean for doing therapy? What does this whole integrated picture look like in practice?
Well, you get a radical shift in how you see things. Symptoms are no longer just problems to be fixed. Instead, they're seen as a trigger, an impetus, a call to action from the psyche that's asking for growth and balance across all 7 layers of the person.
And this is really the essence of creative depth psychology. It's about actively using the expressive arts, things like drawing, writing, movement, as a bridge to connect our inner world of dreams and imagination with our outer reality of family, community, and nature, all to help us become more whole.
So, to quickly recap the main ideas here, the unconscious isn't scary, it's a creative and healing force. Real healing has to involve the whole person, their spirit, family, and community. Therapy needs to move off the couch and into the world. And finally, it's this powerful combination of deep, symbolic work with concrete, real-world action.
So, this leaves us with a final question, one to take into our own clinical work. If the psyche is always striving for wholeness, which of these 7 layers, in your client's world or hey, even in your own, is calling out for attention right now? Is it the inner world of dreams and archetypes, or is it the outer world of community and our planet?